Hello everybody, Naughty Nana Des here. How's everybody on this Monday? Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. Mine was nice and quiet. Boy, I like them these days. Just saying. So today is D-Day for Default Donny. That's right. Now, let the whining begin. Early this morning, the Mango Moose Knuckle started off his day with incessant pouting, bitching, and whining on his very low-rated truth, whatever the hell social club thing he's got there, because nobody tells the truth on there, especially not him. But anyway, he says he's going to appeal his court case. But that will cost him even more money because the interest keeps accruing every day. So if he wants to keep appealing, putting this off, it's just going to cost him more money. I don't think he understands that. You know, the good businessman that he is. His $554 million judgment has an interest rate of $114,000 per day. That's right. And it will continue through the appeal. So, this is not a witch hunt. It's really not. It's a law. It's the law finally catching up with his dirty deeds. That's right. FinCEN, which is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, caught up once before, and they fined Trump from his Taj Mahal casino resort days $10 million for significant and long-standing anti-money laundering violations. Now, FinCEN fined him for willful and repeated violations of the Bank Secrecy Act in addition to the civil money penalty. Now, the Trump Taj Mahal actually admitted to willful Bank Secrecy Act violations as far back as 2003. In 1998, FinCEN assessed $477,700 in civil penalties for currency transactions and failed to report suspicious transactions, failed to keep legal or appropriate records, so Trump filed bankruptcy in September 2014. Right? Another business of his down the toilet. Now, funny enough, Judge Engoron found him liable of habitually inflating the values of his properties to borrow money and then undervaluing those very same properties to lower so he can get lower insurance rates. See, there's a pattern here. This isn't just picking on him now. This has been going on and he's been fined before. They said they're just coming after him because he's in a presidential election. He's been screwing everybody out of their money for years. Now, when this case is over, AG Letitia James could have made him pay up and enforce the judgment, but she cut him some slack and gave him 30 days, which ended today, to pay up. But apparently, no one's lining up to pay his judgments. Something funny there? We'll see. He did another all caps message on his Lies Are Us social thing there. This is his tweet. He says, "These are rigged cases, all coordinated by the White House and the DOJ for purposes of election interference. The number Engoron sent is fraudulent. It should be 0. I did nothing wrong. The DA's case that I'm going to today should be dismissed. No crime. Our country is corrupt." Yeah. Words spoken by every other convict. I was framed, right? Well, mind you, there's about 3% that are there in prison that shouldn't be. Watched a documentary last night, as a matter of fact. So anyway, and the next one, this one really cracked me up. Crooked polls. POLS. 3 exclamation marks. There should be no fine. Did nothing wrong. Me think doth protest too much there, Donny boy. And here is why I should, and here is the other party goes, why should I have to sell my babies because a corrupt New York judge and DA set a fake and ridiculous number take his cash. He doesn't have any to take. So take his cash so that he can't use it to defeat his political opponent. His base is paid for that time and time again. So, like, it's not costing him nothing. All his campaign stuff, because his daughter-in-law is going to make sure that the RNC pays for all his campaign shit as well as all his legal bills. Nobody else down the line's getting any money, so I'd be switching parties if I were them. But anyway, it's all headed up by the White House. It's a state case, you loser. This includes Fani Willis and the corrupt Manhattan DA Bragg. Admitted there was no crime, was mortified by what Pomerantz did, and he should be. It's a witch hunt. Honey, it's not a witch hunt. This is your modus operandi. You've been doing it for years. You're just getting caught again, that's all. All of these charges stem from your corruption since your dad gave you millions of dollars to build his legacy, and you bankrupted his business, and you crawled in bed with porn stars, Playboy bunnies, Jeffrey Epstein's Lolitas, and cheated contractors, employees, and even your White House photographer. You kept all her pictures and got your own book out before she could. I mean, that's just dirty pool. And you didn't even give her credit for the photos. And it was just a hate blog that you did. So that was pretty shitty. And to top it all off, Chubb Insurance won't give him any more money. They said that Trump's legal staff said that they contacted over 30 different institutions and nobody's willing to give him any money. Probably because they looked back at that other $10 million that he lost, the $477,000 that he had to pay for corruption. And his trial started today in the Stormy Daniels case. And he's in court he was in court as we speak, but they just let out. And you know, when he starts saying witch hunt and he's playing the accordion hands, lying his ass off. That's another modus operandi. That's a huge tell. He'd be a shitty poker player, I'm telling you. Now, he says this is strictly election interference and voter intimidation. Well, the votes are going down, Donny. They really are, because they don't like you. He said he's getting higher polls than he did in 2020. No, you're not. And you got a lot less votes in 2020 because people seen how you ran the White House the first time. They don't like you. They don't like you. You're a piece of shit. Well, if Maggoty Trader can call Joe Biden a piece of shit, I can call him one. But I'm not in Congress, just saying. Now, so he gets his fraud judgment now, delayed 10 days from the Appellate Court, and his bond is lowered to $174 million from $454. That's less than half. I don't know how this guy does it, man. It just infuriates the supreme shit out of me. And Judge Marchand, in the criminal trial, has postponed his trial till April 15th. I mean, what the actual hell? This is a fresh hell. It's a fresh hell. I don't understand how he keeps skating through all this shit. But I think in the judge's defense, I'm thinking they want to make sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed because they don't want him slipping through on any appeals. So they're giving him as much leeway as they can, as much as it irks the supreme shit out of me. But anyway, Default Donny skated for a little bit, but justice is coming. It really is. And don't forget, vote blue. If you're new to the channel, give us a subscribe. And thank you. I love you. Be good to you first so you can be good to somebody else. Give it a share, people. I love y'all. Mwah.